Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Erica. Today I'm going to be doing an oil change on my bike. I have my bike here. I like to do an oil change every season, whether or not I ride that many miles or not, just to get something fresh in it and just to keep the motor happy and running good and have no problems, just to get the most life out of it. So I'm going to walk you guys through how I do my oil change. I'm not a mechanic, so don't judge me, but this is just what I do at home. I'll show you guys what you need. So what you'll need is a ratchet, and then the proper sockets to take off your, well, if you have a nut included on your oil filter, then for that. And then not only that, but you will need another socket for your drain plug. I think I said that right. So after that, you'll need an oil pan to catch all your old oil, a ridiculously oversized funnel. You don't need to get one this size. This is just the only one that I have. And then of course your oil. Mine takes 1030 synthetic, and then of course your oil filter. And like I said, this one comes with the nut already on it, which makes it a lot simpler when you don't have an oil filter clamp. And then of course shop towels to clean your hands or just wipe off any oil that you get on your bike at all. Hopefully you won't need too many of these though. So let's get started, shall we? But first, a little appreciation. It's a little dirty. I gotta clean it. What's up, guys? I'm back. So, first things first, you're gonna want to change into some clothes you don't care about because you're getting dirty. Oil changes aren't always clean. You can wear gloves if you want to. I really don't care. I'll just wash my hands after. But to get started, I usually always just, first and foremost, wear something I don't care about. Whether I get oil on it, then it won't be the end of the world. So, you are going to want to locate your oil cap, which is right here. I already took it off. You want to place it to the side so you don't lose it. You always want to take your oil cap off first because that allows the oil to drain down, because it's not like a closed off circuit anymore. You can allow gravity to just take the oil out. From then you want to locate your filter. Mine is right there. And also you need to locate your drain plug, which is, where is it? It's right there. I don't know if you can see that, but hopefully you can. It's just a little nut. And so from then you're gonna take the socket that you need for your drain plug. It's usually smaller than your oil filter nut if you have a filter with a nut on it. If not, you can use an oil clamp, which I don't have, which is why I buy the ones with the nut on them, just for my convenience. So now, time to take the drain plug out. So a lot of people, it's really easy. It's just righty tighty, lefty loosey, right? So turn to the left, put your ratchet on the left way, and I kind of like push in into the left, and then I'll keep pushing in until I think that the bolt is all the way out, and then I'll pull it back really fast. The oil's going to come out really fast, so you want to be prepared for that, and you want to hold on tight to your bolt. Your nut, because if not, you'll drop it in the pan, and then you have to search through the old oil. We've all been there, I feel. The people that have done their oil changes before, we've all been there, we've all had to dig it out. It's kind of just like something, once you do it, you don't want to do it again, but it's not the end of the world. So, with that being said, once you get it off pretty good, you can just use your hand and woo! See, it really goes. And you're gonna get dirty. It's just part of the game. So, but this is exactly why I decided to do it on the grass, because I didn't trust myself enough to do it in the driveway. So, but it's all good. So you're just gonna let that drain out, and I don't know if you saw, but when it starts to come out, it really starts to come out. So you want your oil pan to really be like, say your plug is right here, you're gonna want to put the oil pan covering minimum of the bottom. Like, say my hand is your oil pan, the whole oil pan, you're gonna want to cover it from the very bottom to outward, because it's not just going to go straight down, it's going to go out and down. As you can see, I moved the oil pan really fast to try and catch it. So that's just something to be conscious of. And just gonna let this drain. Takes a few seconds, or I should say a few minutes, so I'm just going to continue to let this drain, and then I'll come back once it's all done and I'll show you guys what to do from there. Okay, so oil is draining and it's just little tiny drips now. Not sure if you can see, but it's slow enough to put the cap back on. So that's what I'm gonna do, because that's the next step. First, I'm gonna clean this bolt off because I got some dirt on it and there's some sludge. Okay. Turn your ratchet to the on setting, and I'm gonna set the bolt, start turning it in by hand as long as you can. I'm gonna move this oil out of the way, and you're just gonna tighten it as tight as you can. And you have to tighten it as tight as you can, or else you can leak oil. So, just gonna continue to tighten this. And actually, I'm gonna wipe this down because I got some oil on it. Okay, it's about as tight as I can get it, but I just want to be certain, so yep, okay. From that, I lied. I want to take my filter off as well. And of course, by this point, I have oil all on my hands, so everything is slippery and it's frustrating to work with, so maybe wearing gloves is a good thing. I understand why people do it. That's why I don't judge them. Alright, so a ratchet with your socket that fits your filter, and you're going to want to turn it on the off setting. I'm going to have to go on this side to get it. Okay. I'm gonna wipe it down. I'll admit I should have kept the drain plug off, but you don't really get a redo after you do that, so I just rolled with it. Next time I'll have to remember to leave it open and off. But yeah, not the end of the world. You might still have like a tiny bit of old oil still in circulation, but it's really going to be basically watered down, so it's not even going to affect anything at all. So from then, you're going to grab your oil, and your filter. I usually always use the high flow Filtro racing ones. I get them at a local shop. Actually, I got my oil at a local shop too. I always go to them because I like to support small business, and they're in the area. They're about a town over, and I like them a lot. They're really helpful every time that I have to deal with them. I say deal with them like it's a bad thing. It's not. It's always pleasant. So this is the new filter. Comes with plastic on it. You're going to want to take the plastic off, obviously. And first things first, you're going to want to take some oil and put it around the O-ring that they have on around the rim. I just like to coat it with like old oil or new oil, really doesn't matter. Oil, it's just a lubricant in between this and what your filter goes on, so that it won't get stuck on when you go to take it off next time. So I'm just gonna use some old oil, spread it around. And it should look something like that. So not too much, but enough to coat the rim. From then, I'm gonna take the filter and put it on. Same thing with this. Gotta make sure that it's on tight, tight, tight. Alright. From then, take your new oil in your funnel and you're just gonna put it in. My bike's a little dirty, sorry, but so most bikes have a little I don't know, viewing glass, or they'll tell you the amount, like how many liters it takes. I have one of these, so I just fill it. This is the max line, that's the minimum line. So I'm gonna fill it to the max. And when I do this, I'm going to like stand my bike up and check, because when your bike is slanted to the side, it's not gonna give a proper reading. So that's just a heads up. Yeah, pretty simple. Not as difficult as you would think it would be. So before you do this, always make sure you have your drain cap back on and your filter is back on as tight as possible. And then you start adding. And you want to go slow. Every bike's different. Your owner's manual should tell you exactly the oil you need, the filter you need, and exactly how many liters of oil you will need. I didn't look at my owner's manual. I just didn't feel like digging it out, so I just asked the shop if they could look it up, and even they couldn't find it, which doesn't surprise me because I can never find like any information really about my bike online. I don't think too many people have it. I think it's more popular in Europe than it is in the US. So that's 2 quarts down. But I know it takes at least 3 and like about a half. So I can confidently pour in 3, and then I'll be a little slower and more conscious once I get to the 4th. Alright, so that was 3.5. So I'm gonna stand the bike up and see if I can see through the window how much oil is in it. And that is full. Okay. So it's like 3.5 for me. That's good to know. I'll have to remember that. From there, put your oil cap back on. And that's it. But this is just how I do my oil changes on my bikes at home. In total, it was, I have the paper on me right now. In total for the oil filter and the 4 quarts, is it 1 quart each? Yeah, and for the 4 quarts of oil, it was $64.57 after tax. So I'm not too sure. I've never really gotten my oil change, like I've never had someone at a shop do it for me on my bike, so I'm not too sure how that is for price range, but I enjoy doing it on my own, so I guess I don't really mind paying extra if it is extra. And also, like I said, I just enjoy supporting small business in the area, so really don't mind. But yeah, that's it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe, and if you want to see other videos related to my bike and maintenance on it, or just in general, anything that you'd like me to see, anything that you would like me to cover on my channel, just leave a comment and I'll make a video of that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. One last thing is, that your old oil, you can find like a local shop in the area, or like Advanced Auto or AutoZone. I think one of them takes old oil for free. So you can just ask around and figure out what to do with your old oil. And but in the meantime, before dropping it off, I just put the old oil in the empties of the new oil that I just poured in. So if you were wondering what to do with that, that's what you do with that.